This is the latest 2025 BMW 2 Series Gran Coupe. It's the second generation, it's called F77 and the earlier one was called F47. They use the same platform with slight different, but the car is new. There's a new front, new rear, new side profile, new tires and lot more inside also. Let's check out it. We're going to have the drive of this car in Chennai in India and we are going to experience as a first drive with this 1.5 liter petrol engine. So all my flyers, we're going to fly. BMW series starts from 1 to 7 and also 8 in the coupe form. And the 1 series is the smallest of all. The 2 series is the second one, which in India actually this is a starting range right now. And you have different body forms in the 2 series. The most favorite them for most of them will be the M2, which even I love that car. Unfortunately, this doesn't look like an M2. It's a coupe format, actually 4-door coupe format with a frameless door, directly competing with the Mercedes CLA in this market. And there's other Grand Tour version also, which is kind of hatchback. But right now for Indian market or many of the market, this is a Grand Coupe, which is ideally a better selection than the hatchback. I'm keeping it aside because it's a high performance machine, which is in a separate league itself. So basically it's a front wheel drive architecture with 4-wheel drive option, which is not available right now in this market. Audio today is a petrol version, which is the only one which is sold right now here in India. Probably they'll bring the diesel engine in near future, considering the demand in the market. Otherwise, this will be the only variant which you're going to get here. It's got a difference in the design compared to the F47. That's what I'm going to check first. So, front. As you might know, BMW is revolutionizing their design with a lot of experiments and some of the future concept is been seen here, especially the newer class A elements can be seen over here, which we have started seeing in other models also. Primarily, there's a huge kidney grille, which is very different from the predecessor, and there is a vertical and slanting slats, which is very different, which is seen in the new X3 and even the iX models. And the sharp elements which started from the M4 design has been carried. Hood lines are very strong, very bold one. Light is softer, but it's got some element from new class, the vertical slats and the detail like the blue detail look attractive. In the air vent also you can see horizontal and vertical slat. There's a connection kind of a design. And rest of the thing make very different and it doesn't look like the predecessor. It's having a very different front. Compared to the previous one, which one you liked? Just let me know. So new 2 Series Gran Coupe retain the same silhouette and side profile as the predecessor, but there are a few changes. First of all, this is the M kit, so you can see the M logo here. Instead of the 17, you are getting the 18-inch wheel, which look attractive with this wide spoke design. It look attractive. And side profile, you can see a frameless door, and that's a black one with a black detailing. It doesn't have any chrome elements. It look amazing. Even the dynamic lines and the sill here look attractive, very sporty. And coupe-like roofline has been carried and it look very good. Here you can see again a frameless door, a huge quarter glass and an Ockmaster clinch is also retained here. But as you might notice, new BMW mentioned the series number on the clinch. So here is a 2 series. And the rear is also like a mild hip formation is there. Mild line you can see which from the rear up to the front door. And there's another line over here, which is not a pure BMW element which was there earlier, but it's a new design language which has been followed with the new cars, and you can see more such elements coming on the future BMWs. When you come to rear also, you can see few BMW elements, which is the connected tail light to the boot, but tail light look very different. The elements are very different. You can see some of the elements from the headlight been carried, the vertical element. That vertical element is also seen on the bumpers, which give a sporty feel. Entire rear look compact, and there is a diffused spoiler on the boot design. Again, looks sportier and give that sporty character. It look very compact from the rear. It look very engaged, but it's not a proper old school BMW design. It's all from the new school design philosophy. How do you find the design philosophy? Do let me know in the comment. There's also a decent boot space available with the 2 Series Gran Coupe, which can be seen. And the few other BMW elements like the shark fin antenna on the front, the shark face, all has been retained. So overall, how do you find the new 2 Series Grand Coupe? Do let us know in the comments. BMW has followed the new design philosophy of interior even in this new 2 Series Grand Coupe, which is we have seen in almost all the new generation BMWs. Basically, the screen is dominated the dashboard, which is like driver centric. Curved screen is the double screen. One definitely is for the infotainment and climate control and various other functions, and other one is for the meter readings and all the other informations. There is a head-up display also, which is again a BMW element. New type of BMW steering wheel, which is again we have seen in the cars from 7 Series to any other model. It's a bold one. It's thick enough. Sometimes if you have a smaller palm, you may feel this is too much thick. Otherwise, bigger palm guys will feel fine. The AC vents are again from the new generation BMW design. It also may take a little time to get used to. All the controls and functions are on the screen. Only AC vent control is here, which again takes some time to get used to. There's induction charging over here, cup holders, enough space for your bottles on the door pad. There is space over here on the glove box. There is space over here on the under the armrest. And this controls also from the new BMW stable. Everything is common and unique to BMW. If you are new to BMW, again, it will take time. USB-C chargers and enough chargers available. Harman Kardon sound system is what plays inside, and the music quality is good, and we can really enjoy it. But the element which for a driver with on the sound system is the artificial sound it create, which is quite engaging. And if you're driving on a high speed, that burst and whistles also make you feel excited to drive. Unfortunately, there is no seat cooling, neither heating. If there's no heating, also fine, but there's no cooling available in the seats, not in the front seat, nor even the rear seat. There's a huge panoramic sunroof, which again is a huge one, to almost cover the entire roof. Rest, there are two interior color options. One is the beige, other one is the black. Black comes according to the exterior color. The color can be chosen according to exterior color. We are not sure if there is an option to choose the color according to our choices. More other details on these in India will be revealed to the launch of the car. So it's a pre-launch drive. So this much is the information we got it. And BMW cars are mostly meant to drive than sitting here in the hot sun and talking about it. So let's head off for the drive and see how it performs. Basically, it's a four-door coupe and it's a compact car. So the door is also small. Getting in and out is a bit tight, especially if it's a broader, bigger guy. It will feel a little more cramped. Once you get in, this is my driving position. I'm 5'8" and I'm getting this much knee room, headroom like 2.5 fingers. Thigh support lags with 2 finger, but if you have kept the seat little taller, then you have space to keep your food, then you'll get the support here. Two adults can manage here, provided they are a huge, bulky, big guys. And but if you're planning only to take your kids, then there is enough space. It's roomy. You can even squeeze in a smaller kid here. But if you're considering three adults, I won't recommend. It's only good for two. Maybe in that case, a small kid can also come here, but still you have to keep in your mind transmission tunnel is bit tall. You won't feel claustrophobic because you are sitting a bit higher, like a theatrical feel. There's enough size for the window. There's a quarter glass. More than that, there's a panoramic sunroof. So, and you also, especially with the beige color, you won't feel crab. You feel a roominess inside. The 2 Series Gran Coupe, which I'm driving right now, it is 218i, which is the only variant available in India, which is like 1.5 liter inline 3-cylinder petrol engine. But in international market, I know there are other variants with the 2 liter inline 4 cylinders available, diesel variants available. But right now, I can share you only this experience. But I can't complain. This engine is quite decently powered. It's a 115 kilowatt hour, which is like 15 kilowatt hour more than what it was earlier, which is now 156 HP and 230 Nm of torque. It's mated to a 7-speed double clutch gearbox, good for 0 to 100 in 8.6 seconds, and 230 is the top speed. There is one attractive element in this, which is the boost mode, which can be operated with the pedal shifter. There are up and down pedal shifter. On the downshift, you can press the pedal shift for 2 seconds and the boost mode get on for the next 10 second, where you get a sport plus performance. The performance is actually on the control on the gearbox. There is a different tuning given to gearbox where the throttle response changes and you get maximum power output. But it is not enhancing any power, which is like 156 HP and 230 Nm of torque is being retained. But that's a cool feature which I'll show you once we hit a good stretch. Apart from that, compared to the predecessor, there's a new suspension system which has enhanced the ground clearance, especially for such market. You need that, and suspension is also tuned for comfort, which is reflecting on these drive. There were bad patches in between. There also we got a better ride, but there is bit of sound coming from the road and tire, and they tried to minimize it with this frameless door, but still on a bad patch of road you get a little bit of sound coming in. Advantage now is that the 18-inch wheel comes with a tubeless tire instead of run flats, which was a big issue earlier, and the tendency to break the tire was also very high. So it also has enhanced the safety aspect that way. The steering also reworked very well. Now it's very comfortable on a slower speed and higher speed, especially on highways and turns. You get a lot of confidence because it becomes stiffer, and that's a good part. Even though, as I mentioned earlier, the steering wheel is bold, it's too big for some of the smaller guys. But if you are a broader, German like palm, that's fine. But Indians and Eastern countries, I think they will find it big thicker. So this is the boost mode, which get activated for the next seconds. Wow, this is a cool feature. I've been trying this few times and it actually tickles you. This brings that real BMW essence when you're driving the 2 Series Gran Coupe. It's properly tuned to get that boost, which actually power up your adrenaline and you feel very excited. It's something which really miss in some other cars, but this should be something which should be offered in all the cars, I would say. And it's very responsive. I'm getting one more opportunity to experience this. Again, 2 seconds old. Oh man. Awesome. I don't want to take much chance because there are a lot of people around the road and they're not fenced. They may cross any time, so safety first. Okay, apart from that, this car is loaded with ADAS level 2 features, which is working perfectly. Whenever we try to shift from the lane without the indication, it pulls you back. Lane keeping assist road work very well. The brake assist and all the other features also work perfectly. And I really like the way the car cocoons. See the sound difference when it's shifted to the patch. But as I mentioned, I like the way the car gets cocooned when you're building up the speed. That is something all the BMW lovers will expect from a BMW, that the engine has been able to retain. This car, which I'm driving right now, is meant for this market, the Indian market. So this may be limited on various aspects because the regulations and the pricing or costing all matters. But I think with the 220, which is a bigger powertrain, I think the performance will be even more better or enhanced. So those who guys who are in those market, please try to get a test drive done before you choose. Anyway, there are no much offerings in the luxury segment in this category. The main rival is the new Mercedes CLA, which has not hit this market yet, and which has not hit the market yet. Especially this market, I think will get later than the global market. So if you have the opportunity, please do check both of them. Anyway, this is something which is meant for those new luxury car enters. So if you want the brand and the performance, that is there, but you are missing out few features which are there even in the lower premium vehicle. So that is something, the play with your mind and heart, which you will have to decide what you want. Anyway, this is my verdict about the new 2 Series Grand Coupe. Do let me know what you feel, and will you be getting for one of this if you are in this segment, or going for a more better value proposition. Thank you for watching. Until we meet next with another exciting machine, stay tuned and enjoy wheeling.